Hi, Don here, and today I'm going to talk about measuring body fat percentage. As a Muay Thai and strength and conditioning coach, you may expect that I'm focused on body weight goals for my clients, but I'm not. I really don't care what you weigh. Apart from making weight for a fight, scales aren't a big player in my assessment of your progress. Too much is made of your body weight, and it's a liar. I constantly hear tales of daily fluctuations in weight on the scales, which in reality are just measurements of how hydrated you are. Half a litre of water weighs about half a kilo, so if you sweat 1 litre during training, you're a kilo lighter. And if you drink a glass of water, that's an instant quarter of a kilo added. You've just effectively become the container for that water. Dehydration is the fighter's strategy for rapid, temporary weight loss in the final week before a fight. But this shouldn't play a part in your general training goals. So, if body weight is such an unreliable indicator of progress, what am I interested in? Well, I'm interested in your body composition. What's your total lean mass and body fat percentage? This directly relates to not only your health, but also your athletic potential. I'm basically wanting more muscle on you. Not bodybuilder muscle, but functional running, jumping, punching, kicking muscle. I'm looking for you to improve your power to weight ratio. A lower percentage body fat means less dead weight and more potential for speed and power. Only then am I interested in what you weigh, and only with respect to which weight category you're fighting in. Does the weight category suit your style? Is too much of your performance training time wasted affecting your body weight rather than becoming a better fighting athlete? Be careful what you wish for. Wanting to just drop weight is not specific enough. Striving for that can hurt your performance and health. I could instantly drop your weight right now by 10 kilos by cutting off your leg, but your performance would definitely suffer. Okay, it's a daft example, but you get the point. Your goal needs to be more specific. You want to lose fat, not weight, and the scales can't help you there. In fact, you can lose weight and still get fatter. It's pretty easy to lose more muscle than fat during severe calorie restriction. If this happens, your body fat percentage increases and your power to weight ratio slumps too. Don't do this in preparation for a fight. It's your muscle that burns calories. Less muscle means fewer burned calories and an increased likelihood of you overeating and inadvertently storing fat. As you lose muscle, you need fewer and fewer calories to maintain your dwindling body, and it's easier for you to pack on the fat. Typically, fighters can lose between half a kilo and a kilo of body fat every week without losing muscle if you're using resistance training to preserve lean mass and have protein coming in. Whereas it typically takes about a month to put on just a quarter of a kilo of muscle. So muscle's hard-earned and easily lost. Keep your muscle at all costs. So generally, as a fighter, I don't care what you weigh, but I do care what your body composition is. The more of your weight that's lean mass, and the less of it that's fat, the more punishment you're capable of both dishing out and receiving. I'm ideally looking for male fighters to be under 10% body fat and females under 17%. If you can reach these goals, then you're giving yourself the best chance of being competitive in the ring. You'll also be in true striking distance of a real fight weight once you factor in your pre-weigh and dehydration strategies. So, if the weighing scales aren't going to help you with this, what should you track? You must know how to measure body fat percentage, to compare lean mass to fat mass. You need to know that if you've lost weight, that you've lost fat and not muscle, or if you put on weight, that it's muscle and not fat. So here's some methods of tracking body composition. Before and after photographs, measuring body dimensions with a tape measure, skin fold calipers, bioelectric impedance scales, and a DEXA scan. Most measurement methods are only good for establishing a trend rather than giving you a definitive result, with the exception of a DEXA scan, but more on that in a moment. Using these methods, you can tell over the longer term if you're losing body fat and/or increasing muscle mass. But each method offers varying degree of accuracy. Now, all of the methods I've just mentioned are useful if done with repeatable consistency. But If you introduce too many variables, then your measurement becomes useless. So let's look at how you can make good use of them. Before and after photos are great to give you a snapshot in time, that it's truly a side-by-side comparison of not only your physique, but also your posture. For a true comparison, make sure you keep the lighting conditions and lack of clothing consistent. If you're measuring body dimensions, get yourself an anthropometric tape. It'll be much more accurate and a hell of a lot easier to do by yourself. Accurately describe your measurement sites so you can remeasure at exactly the same spot, or you're wasting your time. For each site, generally remeasure a little higher and a little lower to find and record the largest dimension for that target region: neck, shoulders, upper arm, chest, waist, upper thigh, calf, etc. Oh, and measure with your muscles relaxed. Don't hulk out. That will introduce another variable. Check each measurement 2 or 3 times to make sure it's repeatable. Using skin fold calipers requires a lot of practice to be anywhere near consistent, and even then at best it's about plus or minus 9% accurate. The other downside is you can't do it yourself. I personally don't use this often. I only occasionally track abdominal fat. I don't measure multiple sites, and I don't calculate body fat percentage from it. I simply measure the skin fold thickness at a particular problem site and gauge the fat loss trend. Bioelectric impedance scales are my preferred method of regular composition checking. It's easy to do to yourself, and if done reliably, it's as accurate as having a skilled skin fold measurement done for you. Bioelectric impedance works by making an estimate of your body's density by passing a low-level current through your body. Lean mass will conduct the current better, whereas fat mass is an insulator. It's still a guess, so don't take this measurement too seriously. Just monitor whether it's trending up or down. Here's how to keep your measurement as repeatable and reliable as possible. 1. Take the measurement at the same time of day. 2. Take the measurement with the same clothes on, or lack of clothes. Fighters are used to parading around in their undies. 3. Don't eat or drink at least an hour before taking the measurement. 4. Be consistent with your toilet habits before the measurements. 5. Don't exercise just beforehand. Sweating affects the result. 6. Don't vary whether you've had a bath or shower beforehand. Wet skin conducts better and heat will make you sweat. My top tip is to take your measurement first thing in the morning, straight after waking, in minimal clothing and after a trip to the toilet. I find it works best for me. Okay, now on to the DEXA scan and the real body composition measurement. It's the gold standard used by professional athletes everywhere. You'll not only accurately determine what your body fat percentage is, but also exactly where it is. Some people have an apparent healthy level of subcutaneous fat just under the skin, but have an unhealthy level of visceral fat, the unseen fat around your internal organs. Visceral fat is what will kill you. None of that fat can hide from a DEXA scan. You can accurately measure it all. These scans use a medical-grade dual X-ray technology to provide a comprehensive report with regional muscle mass, fat mass and bone mass for the arms, the legs and the trunk. So you can quickly see if you have a left-right muscular imbalance from all of that training in fighting stance. The bone density report is another important factor for a fighter. Lower density means your bones break easier. The good news is you should be okay. All that impact and loading from Muay Thai and strength training increases your bone density, making you more resilient. In the accompanying blog post for this video, I've included a video of a bodybuilder running through the DEXA scan procedure in London. I'm sure you'll find that interesting. Many athletes and sports teams now regularly use this technology to track the effectiveness of their training programs. And if, like me, you're lucky enough to live near a DEXA scan facility, it's definitely worth checking out at some stage and comparing these accurate results to your regular bioelectric impedance results. I refer clients to my local DEXA scan facility in Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk here in the UK and can get them a 10% discount if they use my referral code, Heatrick. In fact, if you live close enough to a DEXA scan facility, you could use my discount too if you like. I'll stick a link to it below this video. So, as a fighter, I want you to think lean, not light. However you measure body fat percentage, make it as accurate and consistent as you can. or you're wasting your time. Your weighing scales are important come fight time, but the rest of the time you're better off focusing on body composition. This will lead to improved performance rather than sabotage. If you get your nutrition about right, put in the right kind of training, combining technical Muay Thai, strength and conditioning sessions in your program, your body simply adapts to the demands that you're placing on it. And a lean, robustly muscled physique will naturally develop. Form follows function. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, hit like, give me a comment, and please subscribe to my channel too. And feel free to grab a DEXA Scan discount on me.